It's a wave that missed a quickie, oh yeah. A while back, I talked about a woman who told CNN that she wasn't afraid of going out in public and going to church and being around other people because she was covered in the blood of Jesus. Jokingly, I said that if that's the case, Christians should refrain from using our public healthcare systems since they're already filled with people who are not covered in Jesus' blood and need actual medical attention instead. The frequent response of the religious to my sarcastic comment was that God is the one who gave us modern medicine for all of us to benefit, not just folks like me who are non-Jesus blood covered. Which is why I, like billions of Christians all over the world, worship Dr. Jonas Salk as God. Clearly, he did more for humanity than the tribal war god of Abraham ever did. Could it be any more obvious that he is in fact God? Or at least was? Because he's been dead since, I want to say, mid-90s, 95 maybe? That's 25 years ago, so technically then... Yeah, Nietzsche was right. Of course, this begs the question, what took God so long? Was he stuck in traffic? Did his reminder fail to alert him? That happens to me all the time, so I would totally understand if that were the case. Maybe he was out with Mary and having so much fun that he simply lost track of time. We can all forgive him for that, right? I mean, you know what they say, time flies when you're impregnating virgin teens without their consent. And how much more so when you're impregnating them with yourself? My guess is that God just didn't give a shit about anyone until now, or at least the last couple hundred years. This idea is belief adjacent to the way religious people think that they're important enough to be given God's help and or protection when they need it, like to find their keys or be saved in some potentially harmful circumstance, all while God allows others to starve to death or be murdered all around the world. You'd think that when God got back home from talking to Moses on the Mount, he'd realize that he'd forgotten to give us modern medicine, go back down, explain the germ theory of disease and the scientific method to Moses. Although to be fair, maybe he thought it was a bad idea to give us modern medicine when modernity had not yet arrived. Obviously, that didn't happen until very recently, so I guess we can't fault him for that. But then one has to wonder why God isn't giving us more modern medicine now, since modernity has arrived. Why isn't he giving us the cure to breast cancer, childhood leukemia, essential thrombocythemia, or Celine Dion? Why all the withholding? And why does he always stop at what we've been able to discover on our own? Surely he can stay ahead of our top scientists, right? He's God. The religious are always saying that God works in mysterious ways, so maybe they're right this time. Maybe modern medicine really is a gift from God. A very busy, forgetful, rapey God who seems entirely dependent on human scientists for his medical insights. But a giver nonetheless, right? Although I wouldn't bring that up around Mary or Job. Once again, I'm me. Thanks for watching. Hey gang, thanks again for watching. As many of you know, YouTube creators like me who spend a lot of their time making these videos often have side hustles. I have 3. I write, shoot, and edit cinema quality videos for others, I rent out my equipment, and I do a little driving for Zoom, which gets mentally, physically, and behaviorally challenged kids to and from school. Guess which one of those things hasn't happened since March? Correct, all 3. Now, I know some of you have been hit much harder than I have by this whole pandemic mess. But if you like these videos, would like to see them continue, and have the means to do so, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/Mr. Deity. As many of you know, it is far more blessed to give than receive, I'm told. So again, if you can afford to, aim that giving right here. And to everyone who's already helped out in whatever way, you know what I'm going to say. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you real soon.